welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to discuss the Dolmens in the Netherlands. Because I live in the Netherlands, it is also interesting for me to tell you something about the Dolmens, or they call this Hunebedden in the Netherlands. These Dolmens in the Netherlands, there are 53 in total, are controlled and managed by an organization, and they measured position and orientation. So they made a nice database that I could use to measure and to correlate this with our poles that we have discovered. And what do we see? We see a very strong correlation between the two. So the orientation of the Hunebedden and the location of our poles. There's a correlation of over 95%. And this is high, very high, for two independent entities. So one entity are the 5 poles, or better 6 poles even, and the other entity are the orientation of the Hunebedden. And what do we see? The Netherlands was ice-free during the period that the ice sheets were on Northern Europe. And this was one of the most northerly parts of Europe. It was still ice-free, where people could live. These Hunebedden were built during the times of even pole 6, the oldest pole, 450,000 years ago. You hear this correct, 450,000 years ago, and to pole 5, 350,000 years ago, and then pole 3, pole 2, pole 1, and in between these poles there were large cataclysms, long periods of cataclysm. And the earth expanded, and so the pole migrated. The geographic North Pole migrated. This is what we have discovered. And so this proves that the Hunebedden were built by people hundreds of thousands of years ago. Mathematical proof. Because archaeologists cannot determine when these things were built. They don't know that. It's impossible to determine this, other than the mathematical method that we have discovered. Interesting, eh? Please give me a like, and you can support our work on Patreon, because I have a lot of posts on Patreon that you won't see on YouTube. A lot of interesting things I share on Patreon. So go to my Patreon page and support our work. Thank you.